Before man wrote down the 10 Commandments. Before pyramids rose like stone prayers to the sky. There was a book, older than the Bible, more powerful than most dare to believe, and hidden for centuries in plain sight. A book not written with ink, but encoded in symbol, story, and cosmic rhythm. Have you ever felt like there's a deeper order beneath the chaos? A hidden architecture to your life that no school, no religion, no government ever taught you? They didn't forget to tell you. They chose not to. Because these ancient laws, unseen but unwavering, give power to the individual. And power to the individual is dangerous to the systems that control. Tonight, we descend into the sands of time, to uncover a manuscript older than Moses, and principles that shape reality itself. This is not myth. This is not metaphor. This is the metaphysical blueprint of the universe. Some call it the Emerald Tablet. Others know it as the Book of Thoth. Scholars whisper about its echoes in the Kybalion, the Vedas, and ancient Egyptian mystery schools. But beneath all the names lies a deeper truth, an eternal science of consciousness, creation, and control. What are these laws? Who wrote them? And why have they been hidden from you? Keep watching. Because what you're about to learn may change the way you see everything, from the smallest decision to the fate of civilizations. This is the knowledge you were never meant to remember. But now, it's time to awaken. In the cradle of ancient Kemet, what we now call Egypt, there was once a god who walked as a man. He was not worshipped for power, but for wisdom. His name was Thoth, scribe of the gods, architect of time, and guardian of secrets too powerful for the unprepared. The Book of Thoth was said to be his creation, a manuscript etched not on paper, but upon the very fabric of existence. Hidden in a golden box, beneath the Nile or deep within a temple lost to time, the book was said to contain the blueprint of the universe, the laws that govern not just the stars, but the mind, the spirit, and the forces we now call reality. Egyptian high priests claimed that reading this book granted mastery over language, nature, even life and death. Legend says it was so powerful, even the gods feared it falling into mortal hands. That's why it was hidden, not destroyed, preserved only for those who passed the trials of initiation. Now, here's where it gets stranger. Fragments of its teachings appear not just in Egyptian hieroglyphs, but across cultures and epochs. The Hermetic texts of Greece, the Vedas of India, the Tao Te Ching of China, they all whisper the same principles. Not copied. Not borrowed. As if they were remembered. And then came the Kybalion, a mysterious book published in 1908 by 3 initiates, widely believed to be penned by William Walker Atkinson, an esoteric scholar and mystic. Though modern in form, the Kybalion claims to be a restatement of ancient Hermetic philosophy, drawn directly from the teachings of Thoth, known to the Greeks as Hermes Trismegistus, or thrice great Hermes. Let that sink in. A single figure, half god, half man, is said to be the root of Egyptian wisdom, Greek philosophy, and modern metaphysics. Why do all these streams lead back to one source? Because hidden beneath myth and metaphor lies a single river of truth. One that flows from the dawn of consciousness itself. And now, we begin to trace its current, through the 7 Hermetic laws, the cosmic operating system you were never taught, because once you know them, you can never be controlled again. As above, so below. As within, so without. As the universe, so the soul. This ancient axiom, carved into the Emerald Tablet of Thoth, is the cornerstone of Hermetic wisdom. It is not poetry, it is physics of the unseen. And it begins with 7 laws. Not suggestions. Not philosophies. Laws. Immutable, eternal, and ever-present, whether you believe in them or not. Let us explore them now, one by one. Milky Way 1. The principle of mentalism. All is mind, the universe is mental. Everything, your body, your thoughts, this very moment, is a manifestation of consciousness. Reality is not a machine, it is a mind. And you? You are a fragment of that mind, a drop of divine awareness. This law tells us, you are not in the universe is in you. Practical technique. To shift your world, shift your perception. Begin each day with a mental command, a vision of the outcome you wish to create. Do not beg the universe. Speak as its architect. Infinity 2. The principle of correspondence. As above, so below, as below, so above. This is the law of mirrors. The patterns of galaxies echo in the structure of atoms. The emotions in your heart reflect in the circumstances of your life. Want to understand the universe? Study yourself. Want to understand yourself? Observe nature. Practical technique. When faced with confusion, look for patterns in the micro and macro. Your relationships often mirror your inner dialogue. Heal the inner, and the outer begins to change. Water Wave 3. The principle of vibration. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. All matter, all thought, all emotion, is energy vibrating at a frequency. Even silence hums. The difference between a flower and a flame is simply a shift in vibration. So too, the difference between fear and joy. Practical technique. Sound, breath, and intention can raise your frequency. Chanting sacred tones or even humming activates energetic centers. Watch how your mood shifts when you sing rather than speak. First quarter moon 4. The principle of polarity. Everything is dual, everything has poles, opposites are identical in nature, but different in degree. Hot and cold. Light and dark. Joy and sorrow. These are not enemies, they are twins. You cannot eliminate polarity, but you can transcend it. Wisdom lies not in choosing a side, but in recognizing the spectrum. Practical technique. When overwhelmed by emotion, ask, what is the opposite feeling? Then shift gradually toward it. Fear becomes courage in degrees. Use contrast to climb. Tornado 5. The principle of rhythm. Everything flows, out and in, all things rise and fall. Just as oceans have tides, so too do your emotions, your fortunes, your creative cycles. This law teaches patience and foresight. If you're in a valley, the peak is coming. If you're at the peak, prepare to descend gracefully. Practical technique. Stop resisting the flow. Instead, surf it. Align your work, rest, and relationships with your natural energetic tides. Track your rhythms for a month, you'll see the pattern. Magnet 6. The principle of cause and effect. Every cause has its effect, every effect has its cause. There is no such thing as chance. Every thought, word, and deed sends ripples into the field of reality. You are both the architect and the inhabitant of your fate. There are no victims, only participants. Practical technique. Take radical responsibility. Each morning, ask, what reality am I choosing today? Then act with intention. The smallest act becomes sacred when done with awareness. Balance Scale 7. The principle of gender. Gender is in everything, everything has its masculine and feminine principles. This is not about biology, but about balance. The masculine projects, initiates, and penetrates. The feminine receives, nurtures, and manifests. Within you are both. Harmony comes when they dance together. Practical technique. Meditate on which energy dominates your day. Too much masculine. Slow down and receive. Too much feminine. Set a goal and move toward it. True power lies in integration. These 7 laws are not theories. They are the scaffolding of your very existence. They govern your thoughts, your body, your relationships, even your destiny. They were hidden not because they're false, but because they are true. Because once you know them, no one can own you again. The greatest trick ever pulled was not hiding the truth, it was convincing you it never existed. Imagine a world where every human being understood they were a fragment of divine mind, where people knew how to shape reality through thought, align their lives with cosmic rhythm, and dissolve fear through polarity. Imagine a civilization of creators, not consumers, initiates, not followers. Now ask yourself, who would lose power in such a world? These laws were not buried because they were useless. They were hidden because they are dangerous, to systems built on obedience, fear, and division. The ancient mystery schools knew this. That's why initiation was required, not to gatekeep truth, but to protect it. Only the spiritually mature could wield such power without abusing it. But over time, even the initiates disappeared, and in their place rose empires. Empires thrive not on truth, but on illusion. Religions that replaced living experience with blind belief. Governments that promise protection in exchange for your sovereignty. Education systems that reward memorization but punish intuition. Ask yourself, why was Hermetic philosophy excluded from modern schooling? Why are the teachings of Thoth, the Kybalion, and the Emerald Tablet labeled occult, when they are really practical guides to consciousness? Because a self-realized human being is ungovernable. You cannot sell to someone who understands vibration. You cannot control someone who knows their mind creates reality. You cannot frighten someone who has mastered polarity, rhythm, and cause. So instead, the truth was fragmented, misquoted, mocked, and buried under centuries of dogma, dust, and distraction. And yet, it never disappeared. Because truth cannot be destroyed. It can only be forgotten. And now, you are remembering. He who grasps the truth of the mental nature of the universe is well advanced on the path to mastery. The Kybalion. The Hermetic laws were never meant to be worshipped, they were meant to be used. These are not just sacred principles, they are tools. Instruments. Like tuning forks for the soul. Here is how you begin to wield them. Brain 1. Mentalism, reclaim the throne of your mind. Start each morning with intentional mental creation. Close your eyes and see your day unfolding, not as it is, but as you will it to be. Feel the emotions of a successful outcome. Let the image become real. The world outside will begin to echo the world within. Practice, morning mind casting, spend 5 minutes creating your reality in detail before touching your phone, email, or anyone else's energy. Magnifying glass tilted left 2. Correspondence, decode the mirror. When chaos strikes your outer world, do not fight the symptom, trace the reflection. Every argument, delay, or block is a symbolic echo of something unresolved within. Practice, ask, what part of me is this reflecting? Let your reality become your greatest teacher. Musical note 3. Vibration, master your frequency. Sound and breath are your original technologies. Everything you do either raises or lowers your frequency. Choose your words like spells. Feed your body like a temple. Surround yourself with music, people, and environments that uplift. Practice, daily tone alignment, chant OM or RA for 3 minutes. Notice the shift in your field. Balance scale 4. Polarity, transmute, don't react. When pain arises, don't run. Ask, what is the polarity here? What is the lesson on the other side of this emotion? Anger often hides passion. Grief often conceals love. Practice, in any conflict, pause and say inwardly, this, too, is the other side of something sacred. Then lean toward center. Water wave 5. Rhythm, flow with, not against. Modern life pulls us out of sync. Reconnect to your natural cycles. Notice when your energy peaks, when your body asks for rest, when creativity surges. Align your work and rest accordingly. Practice, journal your energy levels for 14 days. Then restructure your schedule to honor your wave, not society's clock. Fire 6. Cause and effect, become the cause. You are not a leaf in the wind. You are the wind. Every choice ripples through the matrix. Begin treating every action, no matter how small, as sacred. Practice, set a daily intention aloud: I am the cause of my reality. I move with purpose. Watch how your day reshapes itself around your certainty. Full Moon 7. Gender, unite your inner forces. Within you is a cosmic dance. The masculine, the force that acts. The feminine, the force that receives and nourishes. Harmonize them. Do not dominate one over the other. Practice, in each decision, ask, am I forcing, or flowing? Am I acting with presence, or receiving with grace? Let your choices come from union, not imbalance. You are not a prisoner of fate. You are a participant in creation. And these laws, when lived, unlock the architect within you. Not someday. Not in theory. Now. Because the power of the ancients has never left. It simply waited, for you to remember. The greatest secret the ancient sages ever held was not in their books or temples, but in their own hearts. You are not a passive observer in this vast cosmic dance. You are the dance itself, an eternal ripple in the ocean of consciousness. The ancient laws we've uncovered are not distant relics, but living codes embedded deep within your very being. To know them is to awaken the temple within, your body, your mind, your soul aligned as one sacred sanctuary. And within that sanctuary lies the power to heal, to create, to transform. Remember, the book older than the Bible was never just words on a page. It is a map, etched into the stars, whispered by the winds, encoded in your breath. You hold the key to ancient kingdoms, forgotten wisdom, and the uncharted realms of your own soul. So, the question remains. Will you step beyond the veil of amnesia? Will you take up the mantle of the initiate, the awakened architect of your own reality? The ancient laws are calling. The time is now. Because the greatest mystery is not out there in the cosmos, but within you. And when you awaken to that truth, you will know. You were never meant to be small. You were always meant to be infinite. Thank you for traveling this path with me. If these ancient truths stirred something in you, consider subscribing and joining our community of seekers. The journey has only just begun. Until next time, stay curious, stay awake, and remember. The universe is a mirror, and you are its reflection.